We are going to discuss about the CSV files. So what is a CSV file? The full form of CSV file means comma separated values. And we can say that it is just like a text file, which means it is in the human readable format, and the data will be stored in the form of tabular data in the spreadsheets or the database. And we can say that a CSV file is having the separator called the delimiter, and for default delimiter always used is the comma, and we may also have the other delimiters like tab, that is /t, or we may have the colon or pipe or the semicolon. And we can say that each line of a file is called a record, and each record consists of the fields separated by the commas or the delimiters. Python CSV modules. So we can say that we have two types of CSV module. They are the writer and the reader. We can say that writer is used to read. Writer is used to write from the CSV file, and the reader is used to read from the CSV file. And whenever we are using any types of this writer or reader, it is necessary that we must use the import CSV module in our program, that is import CSV. This one is very important. Every time we wanted to note that whenever we are using the CSV program, we wanted to write this import CSV module. Now, how to open and closing of a CSV file? It is done the same like how we are doing the text file or the binary file. That is, we can use the file name and also the access modes. So we can here it is written like the opening of a CSV file can be done by using same thing. This is the file object, and this one is the file name .csv. Here you can note the difference that it is written with the file name is written with the .csv extension. For the text file we are having the .txt, and for the binary file we are having the .dat, and in the case of CSV file we are having .csv. And next one it is written with the access mode. It can be either W or it can be R. Both type we can have it. We can open a CSV file either in the write mode or in the read mode, that is W or A. Now how to close a file? It is this common like how we are closing the text file and also the binary file, that is f.close. Now what is the role of that? Means in this in the CSV file we are having the another thing in the argument. In the opening argument we are having one more thing that is called the new line argument. And why do we use this? That is the thing that we are going to study next. That means the Python specifies how to handle the new line characters while working with the CSV file. That means in addition to the file opening object, we have the one more argument, that is the new line argument. And why do we use this? Because it is while we are getting the CSV file, we will be getting it as a spreadsheet or the Excel file. So while we are typing it, we may get the blank spaces in between the tables. So in between the cells or in between the row there will be blank spaces. So in order to avoid that, we are supposed to use the new line character, and always used is the single quotes. There should not be any space. Should not be any space in between the single quotes. Now the next one we are going to study is what is meant by reading from a CSV file. That is by using the function called a reader function. Okay, so we have one reader function which loads the data from the CSV file into an iteratable after passing the delimiter data. That means this is the one who is repeatedly reading the data from the file. And next what we have is how to read the data from a CSV file. I'm just writing a small program for that read def read, then f is equal to open this 2.csv. This is the same thing I said, it is the file name. R, since it is the reader, so we are using the read. And new line character, I said that we needed to avoid the blank spaces in between the spreadsheets. Okay, now we have given a reader object. We have here the speciality about the CSV file is that they needed with a reader object or a writer object. Okay, then after, as usual, it is going through the for loop for iterating iterating repeatedly, right? So for I in S read, print I, so that they will be reading what is read from the file stu.csv. Write function, how to do the write function. So in the write function, what we have is f equal to open s.csv, that is the file name, and it is opened in, it is a write function, right? It is opened on write, and we have the new line character also. And then we have used the writer function, writer object x is equal to, then what are the things we needed? We need the e number, e name, and also salary that we made in the list, and this one is the original list. Then same way we have entered the things, that is e number, into input, enter the employee number, into input, enter the employee name, salary equals into input, enter the salary. Now we are giving it as a list, that list name is e. Okay, so what we have, we wanted to append to the original list, that is rec.append e. Okay, then do you want to enter more? If no, we can break it. Otherwise, what we will do, we'll just write the rows. It is written write rows means this is another method I am using. In the last class, I was using just the for loop and giving the write row function to write single row wise. Here, instead of write row, I am using the write rows, which will give me with multiple rows of data. Okay, I don't have to use any other things. I can use the write rows rec. Rec is the one which is the our original records. Okay, then we can close it. Now what is the read function? The same thing, we are using the read function here, that is f equal to f open s.csv, r is the read mode, and new line, same thing. And after that, same like that, we had the reader function here. Next, after that, we are iterating by passing through the for loop. Okay, for I in y is the reader object, then we are printing it. So this is the way how we are writing the object, the program, and these are the two functions we have discussed. I'm just writing it as a, since it is a program, I have just mentioned the function names in it. So this is the way how we are writing the programs. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.